Hello and welcome to Hot Sports Today. I'm your host, Sam Danneberg, and today we'll be digging into the NFL overtime rule, which sudden death aspect has caused many fans to scrutinize recently. To do so, I'm joined by football fanatics and NFL insiders Reagan Hubbard and Alex Trader. Start us off, Reagan. Tell us your thoughts.
So whenever a team goes into overtime in the NFL, they have a coin toss, and the team that wins the coin toss always chooses to possess the ball. And whenever a game comes down to being that even, I just don't think it makes sense for the other team to not have a chance to score. I think that makes it not so much a fair game, it's more about who gets lucky.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. I think you're playing a full 60-minute game of football. You have guys going in and taking on, as concussion experts will call it, a car crash every single play, and you're going to leave the fate of the game up to a coin flip, which is 50-50. By the time you're through the 60 minutes, your defense is worn out, so if you get that ball, there's a pretty high chance you're going to go ahead and score. And yes, there is the opportunity for you to flip the field on defense and get a stop, but when you're 60 minutes in, it's going to be tough, and you're not necessarily going to have that same juice you had coming out of the first quarter.
The overtime rule has been historic in the NFL, and over the years, it's caused too many bad calls and too many wrong teams, in all honesty, wrong teams to win games. A lot of people have thrown out looking at the old college football overtime rules. Do you guys think that would help the league?
I think that would make the most sense because that's really the only way that we're going to be able to see a fair overtime.
Yeah, I do, and I think, even college football is trying to ruin their own overtime now by adding in, hey, after the second period, it's just 2-point conversions. But when you're looking at it, if you're going in and the NFL, they made the change to go ahead and add, hey, if you kick a field goal, the other team's still going to get a chance to score. Well, that's not good enough because when you're playing a full football game, you're going to get tired on defense, and leaving it all up to that isn't fair. And then, so if you're on the college rule, at least both offenses are going to get a chance to go, and you're going to have a chance to go ahead and see which team is better on that given Sunday.
Exactly. The current way the overtime is ran, the biggest light side of it is that there is an incredible intensity with the way the defenses play. Right. And through those few minutes of playtime within the overtime, the intensity of football is up to another extreme level.
For sure. Agreed.
Yeah, and I think that intensity is one thing, and you're gonna want to look at that and see it as, hey, that's a plus for the game. But also, the NFL this season has taken in $270 million in advertising from gaming companies, and you have over 45 million Americans who are wanting to go out and say, hey, at some point this NFL season, in some shape or form, I want to go ahead and put my money on it since it's a legalized industry now. You can't leave that up to a coin flip.
Thank you. All right. That'll do us today for Hot Sports Today. I've been your host, Sam Danneberg. Thank you again to Alex Trader and Reagan Hubbard for joining us, and thank you for being here. We'll see you next time.